too.
I was totally fine when I was upstairs, but now that I'm downstairs, I'm cold.
What are you working on tonight?
I don't know. I feel like I don't have time to sew for like the next month because I need to edit a bunch of videos.
That seems fair.
Like a lot of video, like at least
A lot of videos.
I think it's like 15 videos, Shanti. Oh,
How
why
long
did I
will
do
that
this to
take?
myself? I don't know because I'm out of practice. Hello,
Oh,
Robin.
I know the feeling. It's like, oh, I could CAD that. And then I'm like, all right, I haven't done CAD in a year, so I'm
Part of it
gonna
also is
double
like,
it.
how detailed do I want to get with changing angles? Because if I'm going to hold an angle for a long time,
Hmm.
then that's less clicks and that's a faster edit. If I want to change it every, you know, 5 to
Yeah,
15 seconds so that I can keep up
that's
with people's attention
teeter
spans
totter, teeter totter.
in the world of TikTok, that's a different situation.
This is why I'm
So,
really loving TikTok because all my videos can be like, ah, blah, 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 ah, blah, 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 blah.
yeah, I
And
know.
that's it.
This is not how it goes.
No.
But
Then
hello
again,
everyone. We had an issue last week. So, I woke
we
up
have
at
an
4
issue. This sounds, let's start it
I
like we normally do.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and was like dead to the world by about 6-ish. And so I texted Chantel that I was laying down and I'd set myself an alarm, except I put the timer on, but never hit start. And so I had my phone. I'm
We were
like,
going to be here last week. You
it
guys
was
weren't wrong.
it was on my
She was
bedside
wrong.
table. It was probably like as far away from me as it is here. Chantel, I probably had at least half a dozen missed calls and text messages from her. The last one was, "Are you dead? Did you die?"
Did you die? Tell me the
And
truth.
and so I woke up at about 10:30 and I was like, "Well, Chantel,
Well,
I messed
about
up."
right.
And Chantel was also having a moment. You have to tell about your moment.
Okay, so in my house, we don't talk about snakes, okay, because they're evil. And so if you've ever read Harry Potter, um, Lord Voldemort had a pet snake, okay?
Yes.
And so I found a what I call, and Stephanie knows at this
I now
point,
know.
anytime I find a snake, I call it a Lord Voldemort. And there was a
Yes.
Lord Voldemort in my basement, in my sewing room, next to my fabric, just over there, on one of the mouse sticky pads. Very much
And
still Voldemorting.
for context, the last time there was a
Mm.
Lord Voldemort at Chantel's house, this thing was like a 6 footer. So I'm picturing a
And
gigantic
black
snake
and
in,
scary.
yeah, in her, and it was outside.
They're
That
all
one was
scary,
outside.
but
But hello, everyone. We've got Robin, Barbara, Paula, AB, Michelle the Quilter, and Donna Forrest. Hello to everybody. Very exciting to see everyone.
I'm trying to
So
get everybody pulled up here, but it's not
I'm
working.
picturing this like giant, like, oh my God, run for the hills, burn the house
Doesn't
down
matter. It's
snake.
in the house. It could be this big, but it's in the house. It is a different,
It's a different situation.
it's
I
a
would freak out
different
too.
situation. It's a different situation when it's right next to the things that you grab for your
All the
sewing.
time. I can see that. The house that I lived in the year after college, which you were supposed to live in, but then you went on a foreign term and did not live there.
And yeah.
But there was a snake at that house. And I very much remember
How do
walking
you say his
outside.
name? Sorry.
I walked outside one day out of the front stoop, and the thing's head is just like doing one of
Nope.
these, looking at me, and I'm like, oh hell no.
Mm-mm.
And then I got a worse
Nope.
one. I was in the backyard talking to the neighbors
It was
because I'm
still
out with my
outside.
dog, and I feel something along my foot. I'm barefoot,
Nope.
and It's the snake slithering along my foot, and I
Oh,
did like this like interpretive dance to like get away from it. And
I don't feel my toes anymore. They
my
literally
cocker
just went thick
spaniel
into my
was just
feet.
like, "Ooh, what is this? Let's find it." And I'm like, "Don't touch it." It was
Oh
just
God.
it's just like a garter snake, but
It doesn't matter. They
scary,
want to kill you.
scary.
All of them do.
So I apologize. I messed up
We both,
mostly.
I was so elevated from that because I saw it. I was like,
Chantel
I'm
needed to be
calm,
medicated afterwards.
cool, and collected. And then I turned around and I ran upstairs squealing like a little pig all the way up the stairs. And everybody's like, oh my God, what's wrong? You're more in my basement in my
I would have
sewing
freaked
room.
out too. I only have mice in my basement occasionally,
I
but I
had to
always
take the
know
full Xanax, not the half Xanax, the full
the
Xanax.
full.
And I
We've all
still
been there.
wasn't okay.
We've all been there.
I really have this terrible fear of them, and it stems from the fact that my mother grew up in South Africa and they had bad snakes.
Yeah.
And I heard all of these terror stories about what real snakes do. And
Not the
I
snakes you find in
I
the middle of Illinois.
cannot separate myself from understand. I did pretty good when that snake was outside. That was probably the best I've ever done. I actually went with John. We had been dating for about 6 months. We went to the mall in Gurnee. There's a
My
rain.
hometown, my neck of the woods. The
There is a
Rainforest
rainforest
Cafe.
cafe.
Oh, that
Okay.
was the best place.
There isn't
The best place.
one of those automatronic snakes
Yes. Like
that
a
comes
big
down. Okay.
anaconda. Yes.
So for a while, there was like a snake reptile place across the hall, like across the walkway.
I don't
Not for
remember
very
that.
long, but there was. So John's walking me through this, and I'm trying to be cool because this is like 6 months. This is not, forever by any means. And I'm really creeped out. And we walk out. I'm letting him know that that freaked me out, but I'm doing good. And that stupid fake snake comes down. I lost it. I ran into Sears or whatever it is that is right there and hid in a garment rack.
That's funny.
I lost it. Just
That's hilarious.
lost it. Hid in a garment rack. John had to come find me, pull me out of there, explain to me that it wasn't a real constrictor. It was the fake one, and we had to leave out that side of the mall.
Poor Chantel.
I like never went to that portion of the mall again.
I still have a dress from that mall that I wore to my engagement, or not my engagement, to my rehearsal dinner. I could not fit one boob in that dress now, but but I have it, and maybe one of my children will wear it someday.
Maybe. Right?
Maybe.
I always thought it was so funny. Like, my mom wasn't big on holding on to a lot of things. And I think that had to be with like being an international kid. Like, they just didn't hold on to the same amount of things. But my mother-in-law, they tend to hold on to things. And she'd have these outfits that are made of this fabric that it's like, that was a drapery in 92. Like, you're not possibly going to wear that again. She's like, oh, it might come back into, taste or whatever. And I'm like, now we're those people. We're holding on to the
See,
things.
but my thing is now vintage, and it's
Mm,
come back around into style. I just had my
so
16-year
she
year wedding
says.
anniversary. It's vintage. It's almost vintage. It's 4 years away from vintage.
Doesn't mean it should be worn again.
I know. It's cute. It was a cute one.
Well, probably. I mean, I didn't think our styles were too out
Crazy,
there.
crazy. Are you gonna quilt that? Is this your plan?
So I have at least 5 quilt tops that I'm sending out.
Oh, that's one of them.
I know.
That's a fun one to send out, I think.
I want to do these bubbles all over it.
Hmm.
So I show everybody. This one's really cool.
That was one of the patterns you tested, right?
Mm-hmm. And this is probably the favorite quilt I've ever made ever because it just has this vibe to it. But
It looks like it came together really well.
It did. It was my first time doing curves too, actually. And it really came together well, and I love, love, love it. But I gotta do something with it. I'm at the point where I have all of these tops. All of it. I have them over here, I have them here, I have them there, and I gotta do something because I don't have enough time. And then I start guilting myself for not doing them,
Hmm.
and then I freeze. Like I go into that ADHD paralysis where it's like
I
I have
totally
so
get
much to
that.
do, so I can't do anything.
So
And
I totally get that. I'm
yeah,
at a
so
point
I'm gonna
now.
send it out.
Let's everyone while we're chatting, put in what you're working on and we can see what everyone's up to. Um, I think I'm at so I've talked a little bit about this. I joined an online writing school a month ago, and I'm in this course called the 90-day novel, and I've already written the novel. So I'm basically taking the lessons and like reverse engineering it.
You're like a 90-day reminder of the fact that I wrote a novel.
Well, 90-day like
Refresher.
well, I'm like going like there's lessons on character arc and things like that and voice and all of that. And so like I'm going back and looking at things like did I differentiate my two characters' perspectives enough? Did I start them in one place and end them in another enough? And I think I did with both of them. But like is the arc believable enough as we get through it? And like I'm going to have writing coaches, and so I spent the last couple of weeks reading the books of my potential writing coaches, and I think I've selected who I want because I think her writing
I liked what you texted to
is
me.
close enough.
You just said, I like the angsty one.
I do. We should pull up the text messages.
It
Um,
was pretty good because it was like, I've heard enough of this book to know that you need some snark
well, it's
in
like,
your book.
okay, so these are my text messages to Chantel this week. I rewrote the entire center of the second book this week. I managed to cut out 13,000 words without impacting the story. So, like, this is the type of
I was very
nitpicky
proud of
stuff
you for
I'm doing
that.
right now. I thought it's still way too long, but it's fine.
Whatever.
But anyway, and then what was I saying later? I'm broken
Oops.
now. I made it to Costco to get gas, but not inside. We could talk about our mom moments
So
later.
we are both having our own little like mom banter in the middle of this. So
Oh,
she's like,
goodness.
she's having a hard day and I'm having a hard day. She's like, I'm
Very hard day.
writing. I'm like, I'm online shopping,
Yeah.
which
I was
is both
listening.
our way of like handling
Yes, please just get
stress.
myself handled. I lock myself in my room and I write for an hour. But
And I go
oh,
online and I online shop.
so this is what I texted her earlier. I was like, I figured out who I want my coach. It's the angsty one because there's like it's a great really like the love story in this book. And all of them had a little bit of romance, but mine is like
Yours is romance.
I mean, the romance is a big part of the plot. It's definitely romantic fantasy. And this one did a really good job of having like the slow burn. It's called Dragonfall. There's a dragon who is like stuck in a human form and is half bonded to a human and has got to get that human to trust him in order to save all of dragonkind. And this human trusts nobody. And what I really liked about it is the main character is gender fluid. So it
I'll
was
be right back.
very
I'm right here,
different.
but
Oh, you're
I'll
good.
be right
It was
there.
very different than the typical like romantic fantasies, because it was very like until somebody specifically says I'm a she, her, or he, him, it's referred to as they in general. And I thought it did a really good job of that. And this character embodies that world. And like the angst that was built up in this, like these characters like cannot physically touch each other. It's painful because of this magical world that has been built.
Like it's
And
physically
so
painful for them?
it is physically painful for the dragon stuck in human form to touch the human.
Oh wow.
And like
That would be hard to write.
magic is shared in between when touching happens, which is not necessarily a good thing, depending on the situation. And so it's really Very interesting. I really like the way it was done. And I really like the buildup of it because, I mean, that's what gives you a good romance, right? You want to feel like, oh my God, when are these two finally going to kiss? Like, when is that going to happen? I need it to happen.
Like you
And
almost get angry.
yes, when you think it's going to and then it doesn't, like that's a good scene. And so and this is the only book that really kind of does it. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be my coach. And so it's also a duology. So I'm going to read the second book over the
Do they
weekend.
get to choose you too, or is it like a you choose them and they go with it?
I think if you choose and they look at your plot and they think, you'd really be better off for so and so, they will move you around. However, I doubt everybody um reads all the books of all the potential coaches before selecting the way I am.
That's fair.
You know me and my homework. I always
Yes, I do.
go a little
I
bit
mean,
above and
I am
beyond.
also one of those people with my homework when it really matters to me, and so I get it. I too would be not just like, I have a hunch about this one.
Yeah. But I feel
Not the
like
time to have a hunch.
it's very easy. I'm just supposed to do like an hour a day on this. It's very easy to go over. Very, very easy. And over the next month, I really have to stick to an hour
Hmm.
because my book is hitting the warehouse supposedly in a month. So I need
Your
to get a bunch of
quilting book
videos. My
to
quilting
give,
book.
yes. The
Yes, to
quilting
give
book is
people
coming
there.
out, guys.
Yes, it's technically scheduled for a late October release, but it is supposedly going to be in the warehouse at the end of September. So I
Where
have
can
a
they
lot.
order this book?
No, well, Amazon right now. It's called the Panel Quilt Workshop. I will be getting a stephaniestebbing.com together where you can order it from me and get a signed copy. Excuse me, I have hiccups and I might belch a little
You're
bit
like,
from my
yeah,
black
you'll
cherry.
sign Cammy.
But yes, I tried to get my husband to put it together when he was off work for 2 weeks, but God forbid he do anything except complain
Oh my gosh, I know.
and try and get me to entertain him. But anyway,
Oh, needy these husbands.
I know. But anyway,
Well,
so
in
I
in
think
news here, my baby unpotty trained herself. So
yes, this was Chantel's. Mine just argued like crazy today and drove me insane. And Chantel's decided we're now going to pee all over the house again.
all over.
So we had
Upstairs,
moments.
downstairs, we got him on every floor. We got him on the stairs.
Ooh, that's fun.
I don't think I have ever truly mopped the stairs between the first and the second floor. I may have dusted them well, but I would be lying if I said that I have detailed in any form until Penny decided to pee down 7 stairs.
7?
Seven.
Was she like moving as it was going? Like
Yes.
what happened here?
Yes. And just kept going and going. And they're all wood, they're like real, they're already squeaky. I don't need
Yeah.
these to have any more problems than they already have.
Oh
So
my
I had to
gosh.
go and clean these and shine them. And then there's like the other like 3 or 4 steps that now look very sad because they're not shined. I'm like, okay, I'll shine you too. And so my stairs have been shined.
How wonderful for your stairs. But yeah,
How good that I got a new washer and dryer not that long ago
that is
because
probably a
this
very good thing.
has been an adventure.
It is not as pretty as your former washer and dryer.
No, 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 no. It's not as attractive, but they work fantastic.
That is what matters.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what
And then
everyone.
my dog peed on the bed too this
Yeah,
week.
we talked about this too.
Yes. So between the dog and the child, it's been
Chantel's having a week.
it's a lot of urine in my life. I can't
I
get
te
the website to work over here, so I
No,
think I'm
neither
running
do I.
off of
It's all
who
good.
knows what I'm
I
running off of.
I'm
Hopes
gonna
and
read some
dreams
of the
mostly.
comments here. We've got Joan is house or pet sitting for 12 days. She
Ooh.
only has hand sewing with binding on 5 quilts. I did that once. I had gone up to Wisconsin for a week with my husband, and I just brought like 3 king size quilts with me because I figured at the end of the night, I don't sit still well. This is probably not be a surprise to anybody,
No.
and I can't just sit and watch a movie like I'm not capable of doing that. And so I would just sit and hand sew. 108-inch sides binding, and I got them all done while I was
That's
there.
because you do like huge quilts too. It's not very fair.
Well, at that time, yeah, not so much anymore. Michelle the quilter says your quilt is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I was really proud of that one. That one turned out really cool.
That was really cool. Robin is working on a new purse. The one she's using is in
Oh,
terrible condition and started an FPP Christmas quilt. That is going to take a moment.
not
What
for
else do we
this
got?
Christmas, right?
You should see how long my Christmas quilts take. I'm on like a decade for one of them. Um,
When you
Donna
think about
is,
it, though, I mean,
I
for
don't
like
even like the
10
fabrics.
Christmases.
I'm giving it to my mother. She will appreciate it. I will
That's
not
fair.
anymore. But she'll love it. She'll put it out. She'll be thrilled. Donna Forrest is working on starching fabrics for the Jane Austen 250th anniversary quilt. That sounds fun. Twyla is doing EPP. The guy who sews is hand stitching on a hanging sleeve for a state fair quilt. That
Oh,
sounds
those are
fun.
annoying to do, but so
What state
necessary.
fair is this going into? This sounds fun. Um, what else do we get? Michelle says she would love to get a signed copy. That's great. But yeah, I think I have at least 15 videos to edit in the next month after not really. I mean, I edit videos for work, so it's not like,
Yeah,
but it's
but
not the
to
same
do it for
level as
work
like a
and then,
quilting
yeah,
tutorial. But so
it's a
yeah,
lot.
I'm gonna have to actually stick to my hour of writing. And honestly, at this point, like I don't know what the hell else I could do to it. I literally have two full drafts of
You
novels.
need to let it sit and
I know.
simmer
Well, I
and become a
have,
stew and then
but
pick it apart again.
ooh, DK just went to from sewing to cross stitching and found many great patterns at the Molly cross stitch store. I was there
Ooh,
like I don't know, a year ago. It was really cool. It's called Be Stitch Me. It's on Avenue of the Cities.
I have a
And
whole bunch of cross stitch. You're in
they do
Oregon, right,
their
DK?
maybe. They do their own hand dyed um fabrics that you can cross stitch on. So that's kind of fun.
That's kind of cool. I have a ton
Yeah.
of cross stitching that I got from somebody, and I was like, I have to love this. Like, I love hand sewing. Turns out I do not love this.
Because it's very rigid. You don't like have as much creativity.
And
And
it's
I
not
don't
the
have
fabric. There's something about using the bright, colorful fabric that does it for me. But when I am essentially making the fabric,
I don't have the confidence yet to be able to totally blow up the color scheme on a pattern yet. I just don't.
you mean in cross stitch or just in
Yeah,
general?
cross stitch or embroidery. I don't have the confidence to be like, forget this, we're gonna do this whole, we're gonna do it rainbow or it's all gonna be in teals. Like I don't have that yet.
I dabble. I
Yeah,
dabble, I dabble, I dabble, but it's never going to be my thing. My thing is fabric
yeah,
and figuring out ways to use up my stash,
yeah.
which
I
is never
totally
going to
get it.
happen. I just bought fabric this week. I haven't bought fabric in a while, but oh my gosh, there was ice cream cone fabric. And there was
That was
fabric
cute.
with little cats doing circus acts. And I have a cousin that has a brand new baby, and I've been looking for fabric for her that isn't like pink. And this is all like red and blue. It's really adorable, but like not too cutesy.
Yeah,
So I had to buy it. It
I
had
get
to
it.
happen. And then there's a new line by Ruby Star that, oh gosh, I can't, I think it's called
You do love your
Geometry.
Ruby.
Oh my gosh, it had the color combinations are like a really good. They're they're almost masculine, which is sometimes hard to find in the
It is
collections
really
that I
hard to
really
find.
like. It's masculine but still colorful. So it
Like a
has
juicy
more,
juice masculine or
yes, I would say a
okay.
juicy juice masculine. But like no neons or anything like that. I would say it's more of your rust tones, your deep
Hmm.
blues. It goes into your greens and emeralds, almost jewel tone without purples.
With no floral.
No floral.
That is so rare. To not have floral
It's a
and be
really
masculine
cool line.
colors,
I had to
it's
buy
very
it.
rare,
It
of
was one of
course.
those ones that I was like looking at and I was like, ugh, it's so hard to like look around my room and be able to say, oh, I have something for somebody like that. No, I have a lot of people that would love that in their life, but I don't have the fabric for them. In fact, I want it in my living room. It's really good. You'll have
That's
to
cool.
look it up. It's a really good one.
It sounds fun.
Pin cushions. In cases
Out
I
of,
got my thing
yeah,
working. Pin
vintage
cushions.
linens. That sounds fun.
Oh, that's fun. I just had somebody give me a whole
Oh,
bunch of flour sacks.
I sewed with Lily last weekend. We
That's
got
so cute.
we
We got
got
that
a
far?
section together. We got one row done. And I didn't want to do the second row because I didn't want to lose her attention span. Like I wanted to do it while she was still cool and into it and stop while she was still enjoying herself
Right.
and not be at a point where she's like, I'm want to do something else. This isn't fun anymore. So we're gonna do the second row this weekend and then we'll put them together to make blocks the week or next weekend and just
Oh,
kind
that'll
of
be
go a
so
little over time.
cute.
But she asks all the time, can we work on the quilt? And it's
Oh,
adorable. It's adorable. It's fun.
that is adorable.
I'm very excited about it.
Penny comes in here and she's like, "What is this room?" And I'm like, "It's danger."
I know
Ouch.
we had a conversation about rotary cutters and we do not touch. She did like sewing, Suzanne, but she did not sew on her own. What I did was I basically backed myself up so that she could stand right in between me and the desk.
Mhm.
And I, she just put her she put her hand on the fabric, and then I either put my hand on top of hers or help guide it next to it. And that way I was able to help her maintain a quarter inch seam because she's
And what
not
about
there.
the
She's not
pedal?
going to be there. I ran the pedal. And
So it's like
although
sitting in a car and you let her do the
basically, yeah, but
driving, but at the
she
same
thinks she's
time, your
sewing.
hands were down here.
Yeah, she thinks she's sewing, and it was I had to talk to her about like you just have to let your hand go forward. That was really kind of hard for her because she would like pull at the fabric because she would like just put her hand on it too heavy. Um, so that we had
Yeah, you're
talks
not a
about that.
weight. You're
Yeah.
you're walking with it.
Like I would put my hand on top of hers and I would like, see how gentle this is? This is how gentle you want to hold the fabric.
Mhm.
And she had fun. She liked it. I think once we get through this one, she's already asked about the purple. She's like, Mom, where's the purple fabric? I'm like, we're gonna start with this one and then we're gonna move to the Tula. She already is a
She's
Tula
already
girl.
on them.
Already a Tula girl.
Oh,
And
me too,
so she
girl.
knows about that. And then we also got like a gauze fabric to make a dress out of. But now is not the time of year to make a gauzy dress. So we'll make that like in the spring
You
sometime.
know, we started that in January.
Exactly right.
I
Oh
can't
my
wait till
God.
she gets to the Tula fabric. I mean,
So Angela, my older
mhm.
daughter, did what I did in sixth grade, where we'd bought shoes, and then I was complaining about my feet hurt, and my mom takes me to the shoe store. My feet have grown 2 sizes in like a month, and since she bought
Well,
me
we
the
didn't
last
share
shoes,
our news. We
and
went to Wicked together.
we did. And so she had she needed all new shoes today. She's a size 6 now. She's very excited because that means she's one size away from stealing all my shoes. But yes, we saw
She's
Wicked.
also two sizes away from being beyond your shoes, and bye bye, sweetheart. Too bad.
This is true, right?
And
But
at that age, she's going up two sizes. Her dad is tall, though.
yeah, but she has me for a mother, so who the hell knows? But
Yeah,
we went to Wicked.
we did.
Can I show the pictures of the kiddos?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You can,
so Wicked, the Broadway traveling one, came to Peoria, which is where Chantel is. And so we went, and Chantel's like, these are the worst seats I've ever had at Wicked. We're in the fourth freaking row. And I'm like, you're insane. You're nuts.
it was just
And
a funny joke because both times that I've been able to go to Wicked before that, I won front seat, like
tickets.
front row seats tickets. I
Like,
won the right to buy them for $25. So these were by far the most expensive tickets I had ever bought for Wicked and the worst at
yes.
fourth row.
When we saw it in
It was
London,
so
when
good.
Chantel and I went on a transatlantic quilting cruise, not this last May, but the one before, and we ended in London and we saw it in the West End. It was awesome. And we were close enough that you could see the texture on the fabric of
Oh,
the costumes.
you
It
could
was the
like
coolest thing.
study the design and the
It was
buttons on these people.
so cool how close we were. And I wore the exact same green dress, and Chantel did not, but she had pink. So
I
of
always wear
course we had to
pink.
do that.
I'm
She
really more of
does.
a Galinda, really.
So here's the two of us after taking
Oh, you
selfies in
gotta
the
show
parking
them the
lot.
shoe picture though. We were
And
both dolled out in our
we both
shoes.
had the shoe situation. I wore flip-flops to drive, but I put those on when I got there.
Oh, I
These
love those
shoes,
boots.
these shoes are a half size too small, but they are so worth it. Oh, my kids love the show. Did Hazel love the show?
Oh yeah. Now on the
Yeah.
way home though, it was funny because it was like, did you love the show? And she's like, I didn't realize the movie was only half of the movie.
Of course, I got to get the most money they
She's
can out of
like,
it.
I hadn't seen all of this yet. Which I thought was pretty funny because she didn't realize that she was watching at the
Like
movie
the
the
whole thing,
first
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But they had a blast. They had a really good
Oh,
time.
they definitely had a blast. Sorry, I gotta grab another quilt.
No, you're
I have
good.
so many quilts to iron. I
I
should have sent you some to do.
It's never gonna happen.
You're like, no
Someday I'll sew
thanks.
again. I will get through my video editing, I'll get through my 90-day novel, and then I will figure out what
Ah,
else to do.
right. Oh,
But
this is probably my favorite quilt I've actually made when it really comes down. I made this one with
I
you.
was there for that one, yeah. That one turned out so cool though.
Oh,
It's because
it's
you got to
so
show
cool.
off your absolute favorite prints of
I
Tula.
got all my animals on here. You will
Yeah,
never be able to see all of it because of where I am. And
it still was amazing. It was really fun.
yeah, this one's really cool. And there's a different animal in every single block. Like there's a different fabric, different
Chantal
animal
and
in
I
every single
both
block.
have quite the Tula stashes. Mine takes up like a whole shelf,
One of these is this
a large
special like
shelf.
quilty box one that is like $300 a yard now.
Oh my God. That's insane.
$300 a yard for this
So
kitty.
this is my Tula stash. All three of these, which each fit at least 50 fat quarters, are Tula.
I'm gonna say I
And
have
and
at least
then
eight
I
plus
think from
bins.
here over is all Tula too. So I have some of the original, um, what do you call it? The one with the cats.
Oh, you have some Tabby Road?
Yes, some original. I didn't even know I had it. I was like unpacking
I'd
stuff
pay
and
you for that.
I must have um I think I was
But it's like
planning on doing
seriously.
like a kit or a dress or something with it. And I have yardage of some of it.
Is it tuna cans? Because
It's
when
not the tuna cans.
I was broke.
It was the little mice.
It was the first time I had experienced Tula, but I was broke. I had just had JD. I was
You
trying
weren't
to
making
quilt.
doctor money yet.
Oh no, we were making doctor debt.
Yeah.
It's what we were making. And so I went in, I couldn't even afford a half yard of it.
Oh Lord.
And so I just bypassed it because it was like I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that it would one day
Yeah,
be,
be the thing, you know.
you know, I just assumed I'd be able to find tuna cans again. That's cute, you know. I did
They
buy
did
other
reissue it.
things.
Did you get it when they reissued?
Yes. Oh,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
There
And
you
the
go.
funny thing is that I'm not really a cat person, but the tuna cans cracked me up because I don't know
Of
if you
course they
know this
would.
about me. My favorite food of all time is tuna helper.
I remember you telling me you used to make a lot of tuna helper, and I made a
Oh,
lot of hamburger helper.
yes.
That like got me
I
through junior year.
I adore tuna helper. I don't eat a lot of it anymore, but that's because everybody in the entire house comes downstairs and they're like, "Mom, what have you done? It
Literally,
smells like cat food in here."
my parents used to send me back to school senior year with like pounds of ground beef and boxes and boxes and boxes of hamburger helper because that's what I could make.
I want to come over for dinner every single day.
You totally would have. You absolutely would have.
I
And
lived for
that's
that
what I
stuff.
ate all the time. You know what Chantel taught me to make junior year? And I would eat this all the time.
Not a great
She would
cook.
not even cook the damn ramen. She would take it and put it in a baggie, with the salt or the seasoning packet and break it into little chunks and then just eat it raw. And I would do that.
Like it's like a topping.
She
It
didn't
doesn't
even eat it.
matter.
He's right out of the bag with the seasoning packet. And we thought this was like we would just like chill on a couch and eat it.
This is why Chantel doesn't have a cooking show. All right.
I think our cookie decorating class still has the most episode views out of all the ones
Oh
we've
my
done.
God. Well, they're gonna get a repeat offender on that one because we're gonna try that again this year.
Oh, are we? That'll be
Oh
good.
yeah.
I'll
Although
have to
I
take my
was told
medicine.
I was not allowed to host the Christmas party again because we're supposed to share it.
Oh,
I
good.
was like, nobody wants to host the huge Christmas party. Nobody's going to make their trees as beautiful as I do. Nobody's going to sit there and be as happy to have everybody come into their house and look at their Christmas trees as I am.
Oh, whatever. You called me from your bedroom in the middle of that party last year. She's
I'm
like,
just
it's too
saying,
much.
everybody was
It's too
looking
many
at my
people.
Christmas trees.
She's
It
like,
was
I need
very
a break.
overwhelming. I don't know these people. That's the
Yeah,
problem. Like, I'm hosting a Christmas party. I have social anxiety. Not terrible, but like, I don't know a lot of the people that end up coming to these parties. And I'm supposed to be like hostess for the mostest. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Crippling anxiety. Let's just go upstairs for a hot minute and like
I totally understand that though.
take a deep breath. And then
Like
you come down and
literally,
everybody like attacks you in a good
I
way,
don't
but you know.
I don't know what it is. Like my kids bicker a lot,
Yes, they do.
like a lot for no reason.
You think your kids bicker.
No reason whatsoever. Like I picked up my children, they got out of school at 3:10. I immediately took them to get ice cream.
Ice
And
cream.
I got
They
a
should not be
bowl.
bickering.
I got a bowl. Well, first they're complaining about how long it takes because everybody thinks it's a good idea because it's the hot Friday before Labor Day. So we're like 4 cars deep waiting for the drive-through to get the ice cream, and this is a problem. And we get there, and I know it's hot, and so I get a bowl to go with the cone for the 5-year-old because I don't want the 5-year-old to wear the ice cream. Does the 5-year-old use the flipping bowl? Does she use the
No.
spoon? No, she is covered head to toe in her school uniform with chocolate ice cream and is now complaining about it because she doesn't want to leave the car covered head to toe in chocolate ice cream.
Oh.
Understandably, but it's like, you know what? This is why I got you a bowl and a spoon. So maybe we should think through our actions and the consequences that come
Was
from
it
them.
Whitey's though?
Oh, it was 100% Whitey's.
Oh,
So
get her a Boston next time. It's a milkshake with
yeah,
a hot fudge sundae on the top. It's the
there we go.
best
That's what we
thing that
need.
God ever created, besides
So
quilting.
we then have to go to two banks because I can't make a car payment from one bank directly to the other one. It's got to be complicated. So then she's mad because I will not give her a dum dum because she's already had flipping ice cream. She doesn't need a dum dum too that came in through the thing. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to Costco. I'm gonna get something for dinner. We're gonna get gas. It'll be fine. Costco is like
A
the
nightmare, of
thing
course.
that might need me to take a Xanax afterwards, especially if I'm bringing my children with. And so I made it through the gas and I was like, you know
You
what?
know what?
We're just gonna go home. We're not going inside. We'll figure out something else for dinner tonight. I will do this with one child tomorrow as opposed to both of you losing your mind. So within an hour of picking them up from school, which started with a trip to the flippin' ice cream store, I'm texting Chantel saying, I think something is wrong with me because I've had the children for an hour and I'm already done.
Now be
I need a
very
break.
clear about what I said back.
She's like, I think I am too.
I was like, there's something wrong with both of us because I am also done.
And so I'm sharing this with my husband, and he's like, you guys just don't want a mother. And I was like, excuse me, that is not what the problem is. Our children are destroying us slowly and surely every single day.
They know the trigger points.
They do, and they hit them.
They hit them so hard. Like, why they got to do that?
Oh my goodness. Michelle the quilter says we have to do cookies again. Suzanne Taylor
Oh
said it
yeah.
was so funny to watch, especially when the icing was leaking all over. I still have, you can still see where I got icing on my computer. It's like a little bit different color along one corner from where I couldn't get it off.
He also has something that nobody gets to see. Me in a kitchen. All right.
This is
If I'm
true.
in a kitchen, I'm designing said kitchen. I am putting beautiful finishes in said kitchen, or I am making tuna helper or getting myself a beverage out of the fridge. That is it.
Next time we are pre-making all the icing way earlier in the day.
Next time we're not leaving the computer right there so we can get icing
Also,
all
probably a
over
good idea.
it. This is a great episode.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
so, and it didn't
It was
end there.
interesting
We were
episode.
just chaotic afterwards too. It just never
It was
that
an interesting.
it
We had
was
been
just
drinking high noons from the moment I arrived at like 10:30 or 11 until when we filmed at midnight. Like it was just finish one, pop the next one. There was another
we
adult there
had
to make
all
sure
my
everybody was
anxiety of like
safe. It was fine.
does everybody remember what happened to our peanut butter cookies? Anybody? Does anybody remember what happened to our peanut butter cookies? Because
Yes,
that
you know
alone
you
was the
watch all the
start of
episodes if you
all of
know
it.
what Stephanie did to mess up the peanut butter cookies because I messed them
Drop
up
that
big
in the
time.
comment and we want to see it.
The funniest part was when our children were like, "But I want to eat them anyway." We're like,
We're like,
"No,
sure,
you cannot
fine.
eat these. You're going to clog all your arteries. Cannot do
Your
it."
blood pressure is gonna spike.
Barbara remembers. Barbara, tell us how I screwed up the peanut butter cookies. Keeping in
And
mind,
they
I was the one who was supposed to know what I was doing. I was supposed to be
well,
like the
and they weren't
sage.
real peanut butter. They were a peanut butter alternative because I have a peanut
They were.
allergy.
So we did
So we thought
sunflower.
maybe it was just like the natural flavoring.
Barbara says it was incredible. We were doing this taste test and we're like, is that like how it's supposed to be?
Oh, we had to have my husband go to the store and he's like, "Do I have to?" And I'm like, "Do you want to eat cookies? Like, or do you want to suffer?"
Barbara's got it right.
Salt,
So
yes.
I peanut butter cookies, you need to roll in sugar before you put them in the oven. And
Oh my
I
God.
took the entire Morton salt thing, poured it out, and rolled like 6 dozen peanut butter cookies and salt. And
She assaulted them.
yeah, pretty much as
She
the dad joke
assaulted
comes.
them.
So
Dad
we
joke.
yeah, we're eating them and we're like, this doesn't seem quite right. And then I'd like to take a finger in and do one of these. I was like, oh, well,
It's
I
like,
did.
no, we didn't.
Like, that's the
You're
thing
like,
that you
those are
do.
natural peanut
That's a
butter,
sign
right?
of
I was
like,
like, it's not that natural.
that's a sign of like dementia when that happens. When you mix up the salt and the sugar and something's really wrong in a recipe, like I need to be checked for
Nobody
early
is
onset.
ever going to figure out if I have dementia because there is zero opportunity for me to mix up the salt and the sugar.
Oh, this is
So bad.
literally what I put an article out on today for my day job was,
Really?
yep.
Signs.
Is it normal or do you need to be concerned? This was the article that went out today, but
Oh, this is a pretty cool. I'll be
it is a
happy to have
gorgeous
this
quilt.
one done.
I bet. That one could totally be like an all over, just like creamy
I'm
thread.
doing it stars, like different.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? This
I like to do stars with loopy
stars.
loops in between. Those are really kind of fun.
I was just doing stars, and I thought about doing some type of maybe a neon thread instead of a gray. I think that might look a little like sad on there.
Joan says dementia, one too many adult
Adult
sodas.
sodas,
We
that's
were
what we're calling
only
them.
we were only like, see,
We didn't start when she poured that. That's the
because we
problem.
drank consistently throughout the day, I was never like really affected. But when you added, like, I could not have driven. I'm sure my alcohol level was way higher than it needed to be. But
Did you know that we have
I know
Like
you have
one
a
of those.
breathalyzer.
Yeah, we have one of those tests
Maybe what we need to do is film ourselves next time.
every hour.
Every after every batch of cookies, maybe. That could be fun.
That seems right.
That
Yeah,
sounds really good.
we're not trying to be that bad, but we are.
We are a little bit.
We are.
But
Speaking of,
I
I
I
need to
have
put you.
to we have to show shirts. So anyone
Oh,
who is a
yes.
fan of Fourth Wing, this is Broccoli the Fierce. If you have not read Onyx Storm yet in the Fourth Wing series, you don't know
I
who
am
Broccoli is.
not.
But I will tell you that broccoli is universally loved, and there are demands that broccoli needs to make it to the end of the series.
Don't
So
kill the cat. Is this what
pretty
this is?
much, pretty much, yeah.
My shirt's not as good as Don't Kill the Cat, but I got this shirt on TikTok. It's the Tired Moms Club.
I mean, we're all in that, right?
I feel like I might be the one that
Are
has,
you the captain, the founder, maybe?
yeah, definitely. Lieutenant, Captain,
You're
Crusader.
very high
I'm
up in there.
very high up. I showed it to Hazel and she's like, you should probably start that club. You're already winning. It's like,
Thanks so much.
like this is nine. This is nine.
This is like
Just
when my children, my 5-year-old goes, Mom, when is your baby's belly gonna go away? Well,
you're
I
like,
don't know.
well,
Maybe never. It's your
I'm
fault.
still I'm still here, but I'm taking a quick walk upstairs.
No,
But
you're
that
good.
is so funny because I feel like my kids are the same. Like,
Oh
what's
my
going to
God.
happen? And you're like, this is what happens. This is what you
This is
get.
what happens when you have a baby. You now have a belly. My children, I don't know if it's because Lily's 5 and Angela's much older, but Angela wants nothing to do with having her own biological children. She wants to adopt and just not at all interested in it. Like she wants to have a kid, but she does not want to birth said child. And Lily's like, I want 3 or 4 babies. And I'm just like, if you and your husband someday want that, that's cool. But whatever
I
you want
mean,
to do, child.
I made three. I I thought at one point that I would really love to have four kids, but it turns out I can't handle that because I am the fourth kid, or my husband is the fourth kid. Somebody
Depends
here
on the
is the
day,
fourth
right?
kid.
Probably
It
depends
really
on the day.
does. Tommy, go lay down. Good boy. My dog saw me and he's like, Mom? Mom?
I, I also sent Chantel a video of a clingy boy dog to its mother, and I feel like we both have that.
We do. We
Like
definitely have the clingy boy dog
Remy
situation in both of our
has to
households.
be in physical contact with me all the time. It is probably killing him that he's sitting on the chair over there instead of next to
At
me
least
right now.
he's there because if he were upstairs, he'd be urinating on things.
Potentially. He's been better lately. Or I'm not catching it, which could also be possible.
The likely truth is probably
Maybe a mix of the two.
maybe
Little column A, little
he's
column
been
B.
better and I've been worse. So
It's all good. We're on our second high noon. We can talk about that.
we can talk about that now.
We have a pre-conversation every Friday to get out the things that I don't want to actually say on the internet.
Because, well, as very good friends, there are things that you're like, you gotta water down the broth,
Just a little bit, yeah.
just a little bit. And luckily, you don't get too much watering down. We're not like untruthful here when it comes to
No, we're not
anything.
untruthful. I'm just like
Oh man, some of the stories are just,
for example, this week, as I was condensing the second book by 13,000 words, I moved something around and now I have to rewrite a spicy scene. And so I was talking to her about my ideas and how I was figuring out how to make that work. And basically, I'm never going to go into detail about that live on the internet. Never, ever. But it's
no.
hilarious.
We also go into more detail about like our life or how our children affected things, or like,
Yeah.
maybe the words we were thinking in our head that we're not allowed to say online.
That is a really fun part about writing, by the way, to have the inner character's voice be totally unfiltered.
It's also really fun to be a person that
Yes.
doesn't filter themselves too much so that you essentially get what I'm thinking.
Yes, there's that too.
There's that too. Although
I
there's always
definitely get
those people
exactly what
in
you're
your
thinking.
life that you're like, you should try to keep that voice quieter.
Oh my God. I didn't say this because we weren't live last week. This is hilarious. So when I talk to my parents, they answer the phone as a team. So anything I
Sorry, I
say
just
to
realized what this is.
anytime I talk to one parent, I'm talking to both parents. So
They
this is a
answer,
very,
it's like a
very
thing. They
important.
answer on the combined. My in-laws do it too. They're like,
Yes.
"Hey," and by "hey" they mean, "Hey, it's me and the significant
Yes, and
other."
the other person. So I'm talking to my mother mainly, but I know my dad is there listening. And they're in their mid 60s. And I know specifically that my mom is not really a romance reader. My grandmother was, but my mom not so much. And so she's asking about, my book. How is it going? Do I have a draft? And I was like, well, I have a draft. I wouldn't call it anywhere near done. And I was just talking a little bit about the process. And my dad, out of nowhere, goes, is there smut in your book? And I'm like, well, a little. And then
Oh,
I'm
I feel
like,
so awkward for you.
and I'm just really glad that we're not FaceTiming for this one. I don't have to see the look on his face
And
as
he
he's
doesn't
asking
have
me
to
this
see the look
question.
on yours.
It was so hilarious. And so, but it gets better. It gets better. And so I'm trying to explain to him that whenever I put it in, like, there's a reason for it. It's not, just gratuitous. There's a reason for it in the story why we have it there. And then I was like, Chantel has offered to create a censored version for you guys when it comes. And my mother, offended, goes,
Offended.
do you think I've never read a book with sex in it before? And I'm like, well, I feel like it's probably a little different when it comes from your daughter's imagination and not some random person. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I think I want to change the topic of conversation now.
I think I want us
I've
to
had
stop
enough.
writing this book.
I've had enough.
I read it up.
Oh God.
I am very proud of the copy I am going to be making, so I hope
You're gonna do a great job.
they appreciate that.
My mother-in-law definitely needs a censored version because I do not need to have a variation of the conversation Sarah J. Maas had with her mother-in-law, where she asked if it was all the scenes were inspired by the son-in-law, her son. I don't need to have that conversation at all.
Nope. I need you to
Mm-mm.
have that conversation though, because I need to know
You
how
need to
it
hear about it.
goes.
You need the book report. You need the Cliff Notes version.
This
Oh
is what you
God.
get.
This is what happens.
This is so wrinkly and I don't want to iron it, but I need to.
I know.
Ah,
Oh God.
it
But yeah,
seems really stupid to iron something so that you can send it in the mail all,
fold it up.
yeah.
At least starts off in a little bit better position.
Oh, it's annoying.
But yeah.
To be fair, I would iron it before I put it on my arm. So I guess I will
I
continue to do.
n-
I would
don't think I've
mist
ever
and
had a
lay it
quilt.
out.
I don't think I've ever had a quilt that didn't go straight from finishing the tops to the long arm.
That would make sense though. Well, I disagree. You are done with your Christmas New York Beauty.
True, but I haven't quilted it yet.
Right, but like it would go.
At some point, yes, I will need to do that. But everything else has gone straight to the long arm.
I found the one.
Yeah,
I found the exception.
someday. Someday I'll do something with that.
This is a really cool one too. This was a test that I did. This is the first time I did 60-degree triangles. And I wish I had had your class because as much as I adore this person, the first thing I said, and this is never going to get to her because nobody watches this shit. But
1,000 people or so a week watch this shit.
okay, well,
Yeah.
she could have done the whole thing with diamonds. And I asked her why she did it all with triangles. The whole
Hmm.
thing could have been done with diamonds easily. And she said that triangles are just easier to like wrap your brain around. But I have so many more areas that are not connected
Yeah. It's more
through.
opportunity for error.
Um, because it's
They
just
can be a little harder to cut properly.
I have some that I went ahead and did as so it's this
Excuse me.
one.
Joan
Um,
wants to know if your long arm is needing attention. It is fixed. She's just deciding that
I have
is there,
so many tops. I
yeah,
have like
you need some help.
somewhere between 12 and 15 tops that are done. And the amount
You
of
sound like
time that I'm
me
getting down here,
and needing a video edit.
yeah, I need to get things. I need to have some finished quilts upstairs so I can feel my like sojo come back. Because instead of feeling like I want to go sew and make something new, I feel the pressure of not finishing the things and the tops that I have.
I just had a horrible realization that I need to edit like a video every other day.
Drink to that, girl. You'll feel better.
I'm gonna take a long drink to that.
I don't blame you. That
Oh,
sounds
that was not a good
awful.
idea. That's not a good idea. Why did I do that to myself?
Well, one of these Fridays, you guys are going to miss us because we're going to be at our sorority 100-year anniversary dinner.
This is true.
And gotta be there.
We do.
100
It's very
years, that's
exciting.
pretty big.
It is pretty big.
It's not like we're making it to the 200 year. So,
Definitely not. I remember
no.
the 80th we were in college for,
Me too. Oh, I feel like that was really the last one they celebrated.
or that we knew about.
I feel like 90th was just so, well, okay, so sorority got into a little bit of trouble there for a while. We were kind of naughty.
We were a little naughty.
We were a little naughty.
We
And
were,
so we got into a little
I look,
trouble.
I'm
And
gonna
luckily it didn't
maintain
get,
that it was the fraternity members that got invited that were naughty, and then we took the blame. I'm just gonna say that right now.
and we maintain that because
Yes.
that is what that was. But anyways,
Anyway,
our sorority had some trouble and we got into trouble and then they were like, "Well, we have to shut you down for a little while." And luckily it got started back up again immediately. There was a fraternity on our campus that got shut down and it was shut down for how long? Like a couple decades?
they no, they got in way worse trouble than we did.
Well, I know, but they were like they disappeared
Yeah,
and then basically somebody reopened a fraternity under that name later on. It wasn't
yeah,
like ours that had 1 year
yeah.
where it was like shut down or whatever.
Joan
So,
says she was that way too, and now she always quilts my checkbook.
what
My
does that
aunt does
mean?
that, and I that means you long arm it, send it out all the time.
Oh, yeah, quote by checkbook. Yeah, you know
Yep.
what? I love the long arming process and I'm really not too shabby at it. I do a pretty good job, but I've taken a lot of classes at this point at being able to free motion and things like that by quilts, but I can't take the time on each quilt. And
Sometimes it's just good to like get yourself caught up too.
that's what it comes down to. It's like I will feel better if I get some of these pushed out so that I feel like I can put some new ones in.
Hmm. I get that.
Plus, some of these are the type of quilts that would look better really quilted in a lot of like ruler work. I
Hmm.
don't like ruler work.
I love ruler work. I don't have
I
the time
don't.
for ruler work anymore. I mean, well, I do. I just spend it on other things, I suppose.
That's what it is. The ruler work, like the free motion for me comes very naturally. And the ruler work. is just so fussy.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
I
Just
love it.
beautiful when it's done well.
I like
But I
it because
love the motion of just drawing all over my quilts, like I'm doodling on a wall or on a notebook or whatever. And then, I like the ruler work, but sometimes I feel like I'm not very adept in quilting with my walking foot.
mhm,
And some of these I think would really benefit from like a walking foot type quilting.
I wouldn't mind it, I think, if I had a mid arm, but to do all the maneuvering of the quilt in the throat of the sewing machine
Well,
is
I
too
have
much
the
for
big
me.
machine for it. I definitely have,
Yeah.
with my big Bernina, I could do it. But um, I took a lot of my quilting classes through String and Story,
Hmm.
and that's how I learned how to start like doing the free motion and the ruler work. And now she's having a class come out about doing like a walking foot
Hmm.
quilting. I'll probably take that
Yeah.
because I really like her. Her stuff is really accessible, but she has like a new academy, so it's not the same as it used to be. But as long as you're a part of the academy, you can take whatever classes she has on there. So I want to make sure I'm very available when I take them because you know me, it's going to be like, oh, she says it takes 2 months. It takes me a month.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be me trying to get it all in a month.
I am
But I
that
got to get
same
some
way.
stuff done.
That's how I was with like signing up for this course. I'm like, I want to do it when I have time to devote to it. And I know the summer is not that time.
Suzanne says it might be cheaper to invest in the computer for the all-in arm, and you're not
Doesn't
wrong.
yours
I
have one?
actually, yeah, I just haven't had the time. Here's the funny thing. I have the computer for the long arm. I have
There's a big learning curve
Quill.
with learning how to do
There
computerized
is.
long arming. Big
And
learning curve.
with Quilt Motion, you can update to the newest software, and this one's already set up for like Quilt Motion 3 or something. They're on
Hmm.
Quilt Motion 6 now. I need a day on the phone with Grace Company, and that's something I just don't
Yeah,
have.
I
And
get
then
it.
I need some quilts that I'm willing to put under that while I'm practicing. So I just need to get some of these out so that I don't have so much under me. Because
Yeah.
you have to remember, this isn't the only thing that's sitting under me. There's the toys out there that my kids have outgrown. There's the extra stuff in my kitchen that's making all the paperwork fall onto my counter. There's the stuff in my bedroom that somehow doesn't fit in the closet. Every
I'm making
place
a
of the house
goal.
has an area.
I'm making a goal to tidy my bedroom before you come so I can give you a full house tour.
I mean,
This is my
well,
goal.
that wouldn't be very fair because you saw my very real bedroom.
I know, but mine is not that bad. Like I could go over it this Labor Day and it would be fine.
Mine is beautiful when the stuff is put away. The stuff's just not put away.
I need a bigger closet. There's like no ifs, ands, or buts about
I
it.
need to get rid of half the stuff in my
My
closet.
shoes do not fit in my closet, is the
Well,
biggest
that's so
problem.
sad.
I know, right?
Mine don't either,
I
but
have some
that's
that
not
permanently
because I need a
live
bigger
outside.
closet. It's because I just have too many shoes.
So my kid grew 2 sizes of shoes in like a month and we had to get our shoes today. She's one size shoe away from fitting mine. She's very excited for the moment when I think I already told you the story, even on the live, when she can steal my shoes. This was a
It's all right.
I told her, I was like, that's going to be a really exciting mother-daughter day when you can steal my shoes. She's like, is it? I'm like, yeah, that will be very fun. Very, very fun.
Let's see. Hazel is a 3, so she's like a 5. So she's still 2.5 sizes away from my smaller shoes.
Yeah.
So I'm good for a little while, but my daughter is like about 2 years younger.
Yeah. She's a 6 now. We had to go to the women's shoe section today and pick out shoes. It was a moment.
Oh, I had news that I totally buried. I so I don't know if you've heard of this program called Amazon Vine. It's a program that you get invited to where you're offered items whole bunch of items you get to choose from for free in response for reviews on them on
Hmm.
Amazon. And so when you go through like your reviews on Amazon or whatever, they'll have ones in orange that say this was like an Amazon Vine review for a free
I've
product.
seen that for like books. Like I got a free book in exchange for this review, the opinions on my own.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
now one of these people.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I get 3 free items a day, a
A
day,
day?
a day.
This is
It,
problematic for you, Chantel.
I know it's so bad. I know as a shopper and as an Amazon shopper,
Is
this
there like
is
a limit on how much money you can these
up
things are
to a
for?
hundred dollars. However,
You could get
it,
$300 worth of free crap a day?
mhm.
Oh my God, Chantel.
Now if you maintain doing 90% reviews, so like out of 100 products, say you did 90 reviews, and if you do at least 80 over the course of 6 months, and they're all considered more or less excellent reviews, you get brought up to the next tier, which is items over $100. You get 8 items a day. Yeah, I know. I hit the Chantel Lotto.
What does John think about 8 new items a day coming into your house?
The funny
Potentially.
part is that so far it has only been things that we more or less wanted or needed. Like I got new cords for our to charge our phones with that were
Hmm.
longer. I got new underwear.
Have you seen the memes where it's like your child doesn't need the new brand name fill in the blank? You need new underwear, you need a new bra.
No, but I feel like I totally did that this week. I ordered bras
Yeah,
from Soma, like you suggested.
they're they're fabulous.
It's been a stressful week, and so I ordered a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was now free, to be fair.
Free is good.
Free is great.
Yes.
So I got John like this it's like a special baggie for your meat to let your meat rest after it's cooked. So
Is
he
this
is on board
reusable?
for this.
Does he
Yeah.
have to like clean it out in between?
Yeah, but they're usually there. It's like wrapped and it goes into this special container to like let it rest and let the juices settle. I don't know.
Maybe this
It
is
was
why our
free.
steaks are not great.
It was free.
So this week, my husband's finger is still all screwed up from when he impaled himself with a fork. If you haven't heard that
Which is
story,
just so gross.
it's
That was
ridiculous.
not adorable by
So
anything. It
gross.
wasn't like, oh no, I bring my no, it was like
Like 7 stitches, he's reaching in the silverware drawer. Somehow a fork pops up and goes through his finger, pushes the fingernail up. 7 stitches, ER
you did
visit.
not know
two
that a
weeks off
fork
of
could be
work.
that bad.
Yeah, 2 weeks off of work and like slightly
So
broken
bad.
bone. It's so gross. It's still so gross.
It's
And
so
so
bad.
I'm
And it's his
still
middle
doing
finger, which is just really funny. It just
it is
stands
really fun.
out like
Thankfully, it's the left hand, but it is pretty funny. But so I'm still doing all the
he's just
dishes.
got this big thing on one
Yeah.
finger.
And I was supposed to do a crock pot meal, and then he forgot to take the meat out of the freezer. So
That
instead,
sounds
we're
normal.
doing like last minute um burgers. And I'm like, should I put an egg in it? It'll hold together better. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. But I don't ever prepare meat, so I don't know unless it's a crock pot. I don't do anything with a grill. So I put 2 eggs in, and this is like the runniest
Oh
flippin'
no,
hamburger you've
that's
ever
that's like a
had.
skillet
Like
meal at that point.
we're adding flour to it, Googling if that's something you can do because we didn't want to have to go buy breadcrumbs, and it was just a whole situation. I thought it was the best
Cornstarch.
I thought it was the best burger I had had in a really long time. And my husband is like, this is gross. And I'm like, but it's so moist. Like everything you cook is like dry and way overdone. And this is really good.
That's really funny.
I
I got
know.
another quilt. I mean, I have a lot of quilts
You got a lot
to
of
get
tops
taken.
done.
I wasn't kidding when I said 12 to 15.
I believe you. I can see this.
There's a lot of quilts that need to be. This one was kind of fun because it was just a jelly roll, but it was
Yeah.
like
It's fun the way they split it up, though. That's very fun.
actually this one's pretty good for the way it is. I think I might just kind of It's gonna lay out fine. This
Oh
one
my
got
gosh,
folded
why
up
am I getting
immediately.
exhausted? I
What?
shouldn't be exhausted yet. I shouldn't be exhausted yet.
Now I
It's only
really want like a
10:40.
steak and shake like burger.
I ate that for lunch today. For sure. And the Steak and Shake guy knew who broccoli was and loved my shirt.
I could so use steak and chicken. I could so
I
use
was
some
not
T-bell.
I was not expecting. We'll have to do that after our 100-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Do some Uber Eats of Taco Bell.
Oh, it wouldn't be college without some Taco Bell.
I know.
I think this is my biggest top of
How,
all.
like, you remember how the Mexican pizza went away in 2020 when everybody was like very like politically correct, and then they just like quietly brought it back because they're
Well,
like, oh, we
wasn't
don't
like
need to do that
Cardi B
anymore.
like had, or was it Cardi B or was it Doja Cat made a video about the Mexican pizza about how they should bring it back, and so they brought it back. Have you heard
It did.
this?
And then it was like selling out because people were like, oh my gosh, I need
So
this in my life
good.
again. That was my, I mean, you can call it whatever you want. That was my favorite item on the menu.
You're Italian. Naturally, it was.
I don't know. It was like the thing. Do you know what it was?
I love
Is
a burrito.
so the summer between my freshman year of college and my sophomore year of college, I worked at the local NPR affiliate and I stayed on campus, in a dorm room. And I did not have access to anything where I could make myself a meal. So I had a rotation of fast food places that I would go to every
Oh,
single night. And at
yum.
the time, I could
How did we
buy
stay thin?
myself, we walked a lot. That's why. And I would like go out dancing like 3 nights a week and be belly dancing for hours.
It's true.
So,
Dancing helped.
yes. Like I used to dance for a workout. We walked everywhere and there were hills all over our campus. And literally we were out like 3 nights a week and I was dancing my took us
All
off
night
all night
long.
long. So
And we only drank light beer because that was what was offered.
you only drank light beer. I drank a lot of tequila, gin, and Malibu rum.
Whatever. It was generally clear liquids.
I had drinks of choice depending on when we were at in the college experience. So junior year was a lot of gin and tonics. But
Sorry, I'm giving up on trying to iron on this board. You know what I need? I don't need, but I
you
want.
need a big one.
I need a big board.
One time, I don't even know if you remember this. It was like my junior year. Went out with you and John, and we used to have these Nalgene bottles that we would fill with water.
Oh yeah.
They would hold like 32 ounces of liquid, and I filled it with the equivalent of like six gin and tonics at least. And like there was a whole lime in there
To
and a
be
bunch
fair,
of
I
yeah,
don't remember you ever going out with me and John together. Probably because I had already had an Nalgene of
yeah.
like UV blue and Gatorade.
So we go down to the station, which was the place where
That's where
Chantel's
we
husband's
went.
fraternity was. And I'm dancing all night long, drinking from this Nalgene. Like, this is my drink for the whole night long. And I remember you telling me later that you told John, she's not that drunk. She's only had the one drink. And he goes, yeah, but it was filled with gin and tonic. Like, yep. So,
It's always there for you. You can count on
oh,
me.
oh goodness.
I mean, to be fair, John and I once got into a really big fight. I won't give all the details. I think you heard this story.
I've heard the
John
story.
and
It's
I
not
once
safe for work.
got into a really big fight. It was early on in our relationship. We were mad. We went separate ways. It was a weekend. We both ended up so drunk that we ran into each other, forgot we were mad at each other, and still managed back home together.
This
I
is
don't know.
just how college ends
To
up.
be
And
fair,
obviously
this
it worked
man is
out
a
just fine.
doctor, and I graduated like summa cum laude or whatever it was. I I did really well. Best in the sorority for my year.
Yeah.
I had my homework done. It was in the
It's all
bag.
good. It was all good.
I
I had one of the most important positions in college. I was the editor of the student newspaper for my second junior and senior year. I was always interning somewhere,
Yeah,
including in
no,
Washington,
you
D.C.
had
We had our you know what together back in the day. And now we text each other at 4 o'clock on Friday that our children are driving us
we're
insane.
like, I can't go to Costco.
So
This is bull.
I can get gas at Costco, but that's it. My mental health can't handle taking both
My
children
mental health
inside at the
can't
same time.
handle it. They don't make meds for these children.
Oh my God.
Ah! And this is why we have Friday nights with you all.
I literally I was yelling at my children because one child was threatened. I had asked the older child to help the smaller child buckle up.
No, not your kids.
And the older child apparently
They would help other children.
was
They're very
helping,
good children.
was doing this by potentially choking the younger child. And I'm losing it.
We're
I've
all
had
losing
enough
it.
at this point. We've already been through Costco. My patience has been tested. I am yelling at
I
my
don't know why
children.
you do that every Friday to yourself. Like, you just hate yourself.
Well, I've learned now that I need to just go on Saturday with one child while the other child's at an activity. That goes a lot better. But so I'm yelling at my children in the middle of the Costco parking lot, and I'm like trying to like get the door shut. And then I turn around and there's like a man just standing right there waiting to like walk in and get to his car. And I'm in his way as I'm just yelling at my
This is
children.
so
And
close.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. Taking children to Costco is not good for my mental health. And he goes, he doesn't miss a beat. He goes, that's why I left mine at home. I'm just dying because it's so true.
I'm
It's so
not even
true.
allowed to go to Costco. Like, I have the card and everything, but nobody needs to have 7 pairs of flannel sheets, new slippers, and the meat that I was supposed to buy didn't get bought. Like, Costco is a dangerous place for me. I'm not allowed to
I
go.
I have to go in with blinders because I will get distracted by all the things. I
Can
like to
you
get my spin
imagine me
drift there.
trying to go in with blinders?
I don't know how you could possibly do it. One time
I would end up in the cheese aisle and be like, I'm making a charcuterie board.
I came home with
Whoop.
not one, but two 3 foot tall Pokemon Squishmallows one time. Adam was not happy.
How
Not happy
do
at
you
all.
sleep with this chick? There's two chicks in that bed.
I
No,
know.
he sleeps with this chick.
Chicken. It's a giant chicken that he was mad that I bought because the children both needed to have their own giant chicken. It wasn't enough to have one giant chicken. They each needed to have a giant chicken. And I'm
Same.
talking giant, giant chicken stuffed animal from the hardware store. He snuggles with stupid chicken every single night because it helps his back alignment because he's 45 and works
He
in
needs a
a
pregnancy
manual
pillow.
job,
Maybe I'll get him one on
basically.
Vine.
Oh, you should see him. He has so many pillows that just get tucked in, and it's like a whole like ritual of where they all go.
It's like a
And then
Tetris,
we
an
have a king
Adam
size bed,
Tetris.
basically, and there's two basset hounds that lay down the center of the bed,
Is
and
it queen
sometimes
or king?
it's king, thank God. And sometimes they get turned sideways into an H position. That's the worst. And then Remy has to be in contact with me at all times. And so he's usually at my feet. And I've gotten to the point now where I can't handle it anymore. I just have had enough. And so it will get, if I can't fall asleep right away, then I am kicking dogs out of the bed. Like Remy goes to a crate.
You're like,
I
you
will,
have
I
been
will, I will shove
released.
Willow in with the children so that she can sleep with them. Sometimes I shove Jelly Roll in because she snores and she's bigger anyway. And then earlier this week, Lily comes out all stomping first thing in the morning, goes, I didn't sleep because Jelly Roll was snoring all night. And I'm just like, welcome to my world. She's your dog. Have fun.
She's your dog.
She's your dog.
That's your jelly roll.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Oh
Have
my God.
fun. My
Oh,
God.
my children.
My
So,
dogs.
oh,
They're
something funny, also funny happened. I was deciding to let my older daughter have a little bit of freedom today. And
this is really funny.
we need to take one of our cars in to get looked at, and I don't want it driven until we get a chance to bring it in. And because I'm paranoid. And So I'm like, I'm gonna go pick up my husband. It'll be 20 minutes round trip. No big deal. You can stay home. You have a cell phone. And I tell her before I leave, let the dog inside.
Don't leave the
I
house.
don't, yeah, just let the dog inside. I get a call as soon as I'm in the parking lot of my husband's work. Mom, I'm like, what's wrong? I locked myself outside. I'm like, she's
No.
she's gone outside to let the dog in, lets the door shut behind her, locks herself out in the backyard. And I'm like, well, just stay there. Here's
What can
here's
you
the
do,
neighbor's
you know?
here's the neighbor's number. If anything happens, just call her, go over there. And I'm just like I'm trying to give you a little bit of freedom. You're at that age where you have a little bit of freedom, and you immediately prove that you're not ready for that
You
freedom.
immediately lock yourself out of the
Immediately,
house.
within 10 minutes, you've locked yourself out of the house.
I mean,
She
I
had her phone.
relate
She had her phone. Oh goodness.
so bad.
Yeah. You have you locked yourself out of the house?
Have I? I don't even
Yeah.
have keys for my house.
Is there like a keypad? There must be a keypad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes they're a little moody, but for the most part, like we put them in. We were given one key for our huge house and all of the doors, and they're not all the same key.
You know,
So,
they can fix that, you know. You
yeah,
can
I know
rekey them.
technically, but that would be easy and would probably cost money. And we're like, we just keep it
Less
difficult.
money
It's
than you
fine.
think. We had to leave. Someone left us once, and we found out afterwards that they had been taking a lot of fabric home that they weren't supposed to. A lot for months. And so I had to get everything rekeyed just in case.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
serious.
It
Hmm.
was serious.
Could have been me. I didn't have a key though,
It was not you,
unfortunately.
but
I bought all the fabric at the end, and you finally tattled on me to my husband.
it's the
So
statute
there
of
was this time
limitations.
you left on the golf cart, and she went and got her box in the house with the dolly.
It was funny. Did you get in
You're like, it's
trouble?
past the statute of limitations.
Did you get in trouble?
No, but it was
It's
really
fine.
funny because you just straight up said it was past the statute of limitations.
I did. I was pretty witty on that one. I'm not
That's
normally that witty.
so much money of fabric. I
Chantel at
got
the
a
end
deal on that though. It
was
was a
just,
good deal.
she was buying all kinds of stuff. And so we just
We
had a
were
Chantel
closing up and
box.
I bought a ton.
Yeah. We just had a Chantel box. And whenever she ordered something, we put more into it. And we
And it
ended
was
up
like
sending
one of those
her,
boxes for the
it was for
bolts.
batting. It was for
It was
batting.
batting. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
A very large box. And I'll let you tell the story of what happened when it arrived.
So my husband happened to be off work the one day that it was going to be delivered. And so I know this is going to be delivered. So I kind of encouraged him to take the kids on a golf cart ride because what a beautiful day having.
I'm getting a text message play by play of what's going on through this entire thing.
So my one dog, Cubby, can be a little much. So we get all our packages delivered to the end of our drive, and then I have to go get them and bring them up to the house because we also have a driveway that is like a road. It is a really long
It's
driveway
very
for
long.
something in a neighborhood. And so I find out that this is going to get delivered here pretty soon. I send him on his way. The USP guy, the I think it was
It
UPS
was
guy,
UPS. Yeah, we always send
drops
everything
it
bulk
at the
UPS.
edge of the drive, just in the middle of the road. Like
It was probably a heavy package and he didn't want to
it
deal
was
with it.
huge and heavy. So I go out there with our furniture dolly. Like our red furniture dolly. We've moved so many times. It's ridiculous. We own our own furniture dolly. Okay, so I go out there with the red furniture dolly and I pick this thing up. And they're like, our neighborhood's not that big. They could come back at any moment. So I'm like running with this furniture dolly. It is like a game show. I'm getting this thing on there and I'm running back in. The dogs are like, what the heck is going on? So I get it and I get it into the house. I basically like whoop it into the house. And then I'm like flipping this box over and
Down the
over
stairs.
until I get to the stairs.
It was heavy. It was a
like
heavy box.
listening, like, oh shit, they're gonna get here any moment. So I go and I take the dolly and I put it away because it's gonna be a huge cue to them that
That
something's off.
Chantel did something
So
naughty.
so I get to the stairs and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. So I just like whoop. I just like it was so
Fly
heavy.
down.
It just went down the bottom of the stairs. I get it to the bottom of the stairs. I push it around the corner. It doesn't even get to the sewing room before I hear John like, "Wow, we're back!" And I'm like, "Oh, cool!" Yeah, I was able to get that thing just to the opening, like behind. You know how my sofa kind of like
Yeah,
cuts off the
hides.
back of the
Yeah,
sewing room there? Yeah, I was able to get it kind of there, where every other
yeah.
item
The
is,
random box goes to
anyways.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just when where the boxes go to die, and so he
I
never
have
noticed.
yet to tell him about the time that
That
I
was the
gave
second
Chantel.
box, by the way. That wasn't the first one that came.
One time we got a new Tula line, and we always would cut Tula up into fat quarter, half yard, yard bundles. Um, because
This
that
was a
that
really good line, to be
that
fair.
sold it
I'm
very
still hoarding
evenly
it.
for us. Otherwise, when you're a quilt shop owner and you buy Tula, like the hero prints sell, and then you're left with the ones that nobody knows what to do with and forever, like to the end of time. And you're like, please buy this, take it off my hands. I need to make my money back on it. And so we only have listed like 2 yards available for people to order whatever
It was
quantities they
three.
want. Was it three? Okay,
Yeah,
it's 3 yards. So I give
I know
Chantel a
because
heads
I still
up.
have 3 yards of all of it.
I give Chantel a heads up. Hey, here's the link. Everything's up for you. And then we're getting ready to send the email out. And I said to my husband, I'm like, did you do that right? Because it says we have 0 yardage available. He's like, I just could swore I did it. And we're like looking. Chantel has ordered
Bill.
every every inch of yardage we had available.
It was the mini
Everyone.
animals.
Was it? It was the
It was
animal one.
mini animals, and you had Parisville at the same
Yeah,
time. Like
all of it. She did it
about it
all.
all.
And we're just like, okay,
It was mini
awesome.
raccoons with trash cans, and
I understand. I understand.
it's still over there, you know,
Someday.
untouched, really.
We'll
But
get to it when we're living in the same retirement
then
community
again, I have
someday.
a lot of bags that I really want to make, and it's perfect for that. Like, I just got
Look,
some new pens that I'm really excited about, and I need a pouch for them. And it's like, I'm going to make that pouch.
I think this is
Do I
the
need
just the
3 yards of it for a pouch? But no.
I think this is just the challenging part of our life. Like we both like started over in terms of motherhood pretty late. Like we had our kids like in school, like getting towards independence, and then we both started over.
Yep.
Diaper shebang,
Bam.
doing it all over again.
We had pretty
And
much the same span with me
yeah,
and my second and my third, and
it's
you and
like five and a
your
half
first and your
years.
second.
Yeah. And mine, you had a little surprise, and mine just took a long time. And so,
My first two bicker a lot, and my little one is everybody's like pride and joy, which is
yeah,
not what you're experiencing, but I'm still having bickering
no.
kids. But
But the the thing is that basically from the time our kids get home from school to when they go to bed at 8 o'clock, we are mom. We are responsible for
you
all the
go to bed at
things.
8 o'clock. Mine go to bed at like nine,
Okay.
nine
Mine
thirty.
are in their beds at 8 o'clock. They're not
Such a
necessarily asleep at
blessing.
8 o'clock. But we're pretty strict about you get 20 minutes of video time and then you have to go to story. And that doesn't always happen in the summertime, but we're now that we're back in school, that's pretty strict.
I need more
And
tips from you, but go on.
but so it's, you know, from until that point, that's it. And then you're so exhausted from being mom and being taxi and getting dinner and cleaning up after dinner and, you
You're
know,
ready to
make
pass out. You do
making
pass out.
sure they've had at least a shower maybe once in the last 3 days. Like these are all things where you just like
We're
I
not
have
talking about summer here. Summer in my household is like you've been in the pool in the last 3 days, right?
yeah, I have zero desire to come downstairs and sew after that's done. Not one bit of me wants to come down here and do that. I want to sit in my
I
bed and
feel
want to
guilty if
I
I
want to
were to come
write.
down and
Yeah,
sew after that.
I want to write in my bed or I want to listen to a book in my bed. Those are the
Well, and
two things I
writing
want to
is
do.
still choosing to do something that is personal for you. By the time my kids go to bed, I'm like, the thing I am choosing right now is the possibility of sleeping enough
Yeah.
for the first kid to get up because I have one kid that wakes up way early.
I very rarely sleep enough. I'm not very good at that. But the point is that I probably have 11 years until Lily's old enough to be driving herself to different things. And so for the next
Ouch.
decade or
What does that
so,
mean? I have like 13.
yeah, for the next decade or so, we're mom and we're exhausted because we have a part-time job, basically.
This is a depressing thing to say. Keep going.
I mean, it is, but I mean, one time I timed how much time I spend with the kids solo while my husband's at work.
You
It was
did.
like,
I remember this.
it was a full-time equivalent job of the amount of time that I spend with the children and my husband is at work. Full-time equivalent,
Oh, I'm sure mine's even more.
probably. And it's like, obviously, we signed up for this. We love our children. We wouldn't trade it. But that also means that at the end of the day, we're drained.
We're
And,
spent.
to come down here and sew for an hour, that's challenging sometimes.
Especially when I feel guilty because I have other things that are calling for me. I mean, I just watched Frozen 2 today, and you know how when the like voices are like calling her from afar? I feel like those
Yeah.
are my dishes. They're like, "Do come wash me. I'm calling you." And then my laundry's like, "I'm also a spirit. Come wash me too." I'm
I've
like,
been forcing my
"Dang
husband
it."
to do the laundry because I'm doing all the dishes and I do the majority of the child stuff. And then, and it's not because he doesn't want to participate. It's because, his job is not
Yeah.
like he's not going to get home until 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. It is what it is.
Right.
He gets an hour with the kids. He wants to have fun with the kids while he has time with the kids, and then it's time for
He
them to go
wants
to
to
bed.
wind them up, so it's hard to put them to bed. I get it.
Yeah,
They do
but
that.
they do. It's very challenging.
I always just feel guilty because it's like these chores they happen to be heavy in the evening.
Yeah,
Like I've dealt with a lot of extra pee laundry this week. Well, when am I dealing with a lot of that laundry? In the evening. When are the dishes? After dinner. Like they're
but
evening things.
but the point is it will get easier and it will get less time consuming
At
eventually.
least we have hobby. We just can't devote ourselves to it the same way
So at some point in about a decade,
in about a decade.
in about a decade, we're gonna have one hell of a stash and we're gonna be
I already
able to
do.
whip through some of this stuff really good. It'll be fabulous.
That'll be so good. If
It'll be fine.
anybody wants to whip through my stash right now, you just let me know.
I cannot tell you how many women who are like, I want to retire and learn to quilt. I cannot
That's
tell you how
true.
many
We
people
are
were like that.
already well into the learned
Yes.
stage.
But there's
Past
so
the
many
learned
people
stage. I
who
mean, you never
think
passed, but
there's so many who people think who like I need to get XYZ done and then I can have time to do what I want to do. And I think our generation is doing a very good job at recognizing that like I'm going to
now
work my
is
40
now.
hours and I'm done. I'm not
Now,
going to work
now is the
60
time.
hours when I'm getting paid for 40. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Like,
If I start a little bit now, I don't have to
yeah,
start full now, but if I start a little bit now, if I dabble and I dabble and I dabble, it can become something. And that's what we
yeah,
all did too, though. Well, not you. You go full in on everything you do. You're like,
I do
I'm going to be
typically,
a
yes.
quilter. And then you're like, I'm a quilter influencer. And then there you go.
Well, that was kind of accidental.
That's true.
I
But
mean,
at
at
the same
some
time,
point, a decision was made, but like the first
that's
two
your
years was
personality,
definitely
though. I
accidental.
mean, and being in journalism, you're just like, we're we're taking this, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I can't say that there was a moment when I was like, I'm going to be a quilter, not just a sewist. When I decided that my hobby of sewing was going to be this in particular. But
I
it
think
really
for
came
me,
down to the amount of the fabric I could use in a single project. And you can use the most amount of fabric and the most types of fabric and the most colors of fabrics in a quilt. So that's how I became a quilter.
for me, I was definitely a quilter. And I started after college because I was just so bored. I was so used to having the full academic calendar, having the full social calendar, working
Yeah.
30 hours at the student newspaper, plus another 15 to 20 at some internship. And then all of a sudden, I just had 40 hours of work to do a week. I had a new relationship with the man who became my husband, but it's not like we were spending every minute of every day with each other. And
Right.
I
And
needed
even if you were,
something to
that would still
do.
be boring. I mean,
Yeah, I
for the
needed
amount
something
of
to
time
do.
you were spending doing things,
Yeah,
you had a lot of new time on your hand.
yeah. And then for the majority of our early years in our marriage, I worked day shift and he worked night shift. So I had every night all to myself to do whatever the hell I wanted at home because I didn't have
Oh,
kids and I didn't have a husband at home 5 nights a week. And so I sewed a lot because I don't sit still well. I'm not just going to sit there and watch TV. I'm going to rewatch Lost for the 10 millionth time, but I'm going to be sewing while I do it.
I feel
Like,
that.
that's how I spent my time.
Don't
And
worry, I'm going to watch all 9 seasons of My Little Pony again and again and again, but
yes,
I don't have time to watch a new show.
I understand that for sure. But and I would listen to audiobooks, so many audiobooks. Like
Yeah, me
I
too.
went through all of the Elm Quilt series, all of the True Blood series. That
I
one was
remember
fun.
when audiobooks were like not a thing and I was getting audiobooks at the library. I was able to get them onto my little Sony MP3 player at the time, and I'm listening to these books and I'm like, this is game changing because I'm walking through the streets of Chicago and all these people are wasting their time and I'm getting a book in my ear. Like, this is fantastic.
So if you guys remember the True Blood series, there's a book series called like the Suki Stackhouse Southern Vampire Mysteries. And I went through all of those and rented them all from the library. And at the time, everything came on a CD. And so I would be
Yeah,
like,
just burn them.
I would be putzing around, like doing whatever in our duplex, listening to these stories for everyone to hear. And everyone is like our dogs and my husband. And one time he came down and it was in the middle of a vampire spicy scene. And he looks at me like we're newlyweds and he's like, what the hell are you listening to?
You're like, well, baby.
And I'm like, what? It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God. That would be like
It was
almost
very
embarrassing because
embarrassing.
you're like new into your
We were
relationship too.
newlyweds. Like we had been together for less than probably 2 years at that point, including our dating. And it was like, it was
So
embarrassing.
awkward.
So awkward. But it was, I would devour those books. Loved him. And like, that's what I would do. And then I had Angela, and within like 6, 7 months of having her is when Quilt Addicts Anonymous really like exploded. And I got laid off, and I had been building businesses for all these other people in my through my work. And I was
You're like,
like,
why not me?
yeah, why not me? Why can't I create my own way of making money that will allow me to be the kind of mom I want to be and be present
Yeah, like
and
let me
still
take a
be able to do
chance.
that. And it worked for a long time until it didn't. But
Yeah, well, I mean, I went to
honestly, I'm
Subway the
glad
other
though.
day and it cost me almost $19 to get myself a foot long, 2 cookies, and a small drink. So
It
clearly
used to
things
be
are
five
costing a
dollars,
little more. I know. I made a video about it. It went like
$5 foot long.
it did pretty well on TikTok. So it was just funny to me though, because it's like what happened to even a $5 like 6 inch sandwich? That's not even a thing anymore. Things got pricey.
I was in the line with you at McDonald's when I got a Coke and a fry, and it was like $5. And I was like, this used to be
Oh, it was
dollar
more
menu.
than that.
This used to be dollar menu stuff.
I know this used to be like $1 and then like $1.50. So
We're officially old if we're complaining about how much things used to cost back when we
when
were young.
I was a kid.
The pack of cigarettes was 38 cents and
We know all about that.
oh goodness. Actually, I have no idea how much cigarettes
No,
ever
me
cost me.
neither. Not at all.
Smoked like five in my entire lifetime. Got mom,
Probably me too, yeah.
I've not smoked any cigarettes, mom, if you've made it this far. And never
I'll
did
censor
that.
that one for you too.
Not
Post-it
one
note.
time. I never got really stressed on a deadline and asked my arts entertainment editor for a cigarette. That never happened.
Oh, if I smoked a cigarette, it was under terrible judgment. It was not the whole thing. Ugh.
Oh,
I had a mother that was a smoker. I just couldn't.
I
Ugh, ugh,
understand.
ugh, ugh, ugh.
My dad was a smoker, so I was very like, no. Like I saw how hard it was for him to quit, so it was just never a thing that I was
Yeah,
interested in.
nope, nope, nope. Dude, I'm wearing out really, really,
Okay,
really
me
quickly,
too. It's
particularly
all
because I'm
good.
standing up still.
You
I
are.
have a
You did a lot
baptism to
today.
go to tomorrow. I have a new little cousin.
How exciting.
Almost like a niece or a nephew, really, but not really, because technically it's a cousin, but it feels like a new little niece
It's like first
because of
cousin
the
once removed. I think it's how it goes.
something like that.
Something like that. All right. We'll see you
We're
next
all
week.
gonna say goodnight.
I promise not to pass out and not wake up in time.
Yeah, sure.
This means Stephanie's getting old. That's what happens.
Well, I slept through the line and
I did. I slept through the live. I slept through all Chantel's phone calls and text messages to try to wake
she
my butt
like
up.
calls at like 10:30 and is like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like,
She's like,
dude,
don't get
I
up,
can't
don't interact with
I can't
anybody,
even
just go
touch the
straight
ground.
to bed.
Just
Oh
so
my
scared of
gosh.
the Lord Voldemort's everywhere.
Literally, I'm trying to
Ugh.
find the text message chain because I feel like I need to send it, say it. But it was hilarious. She's like, "You're dead, aren't you?" I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
and
I was like, I
I
was
did.
sure that she had like moved on with her life and this was
No,
it.
I that was not what happened.
No, the funny part is that after all this time, we still don't have each other's husbands'
Phone
numbers.
numbers. I used to send yours messages on Facebook, and then he deleted it. Here's the text message. There was a Lord Voldemort in my sewing closet. Are you alive? I'm a mess about Lord Voldemort. Girl, you died on me, huh?
These are all different text messages too. They're
This is
all like,
this is five different text messages sent over like a 2 hour time period, 1.5 hour time period, wondering what the hell happened to Stephanie. And I had sent her, I was like, I'm taking a nap for 90 minutes at 7:22.
I knew it. Oh, she died.
Oh goodness. But anyway,
It's okay. She lives. She lives for a
I
little while
survived.
longer.
Like Lord Voldemort, I'm hard to kill. It's all
I
good.
know. It's fine.
All right. Have a good night. We'll see you guys next